Once again, we have a cover that does not fit the book at all. Does this look like a book where Stacey and her friends have such a big fight she quits the Babysitters Club? No! This looks like a happy book where they go to the movies and Mallory tries not to puke.
Argo Font Book Review, Argo Font Book Review.
This book was written by Peter Larangis. Claudia is doing an abstract portrait of Stacey when Stacey sneezes and makes a mess. The girls laugh so loudly they disturb Claudia's sister. In retrospect, this is a terrible way to start things off, because Stacey spends 90% of the book complaining the Babysitters Club members are all immature kids. For example, they joke about boys and make kissy sounds. Jesse and Mal laugh when Claudia answers the phone in a funny way, and they laugh at Stacey when she's caught daydreaming. How immature! They need to grow up. This is coming from the girl who had a giggle fit over a sneeze on page 2. You see why it's a bad start to the book? I can't take Stacey's complaints seriously now. Stacey babysits for Charlotte Johansson, and by that, I mean Stacey does her homework and ignores Charlotte. You're being a bad babysitter, Stacey. Charlotte confesses she's scared of being in a piano recital next month. Stacey promises to come watch, which helps make Charlotte feel better. Robert and his friends are going out for pizza. Stacey thinks that sounds way better than babysitting the Pikes, so she calls Marianne and says something important came up. Stacey, pizza is not an emergency. Pizza is delicious, but it's not an emergency. Stacey comforts herself by saying she didn't lie to Marianne, but she did lie. Did Stacey forget her last book? Continuity! The pizza date is lots of fun until Stacey realizes Dawn is spying on her. Dawn tries hiding behind the jukebox to avoid getting caught. Ooh, smooth moves, Dawn. I can see why you're a master detective. So Stacey and Dawn get mad at each other. Stacey's new friends complain that Babysitters Club members take themselves way too seriously. How immature. Get a life. I don't understand this complaint. It's good to take your work seriously. Yeah, Dawn can be uptight, but I'd much rather have her as a co-worker over lazy Stacey, who just skipped out on her 3rd job this month. Stacey complains that the other girls make her feel like a traitor for having a boyfriend, which completely misses the point. It's okay to have a boyfriend, but don't skip work because of your boyfriend. I hate how Stacey plays the victim card here, and while I'm complaining about Stacey's complaints, I also hate how she uses Robert as a shield. She says things like,
"You're only criticizing me because they hate my boyfriend."
No, Stacey, they're criticizing you because they're mad at you. Having a boyfriend doesn't make you impervious to criticism. In the subplot, the Pike kids are wild and acting out. Marianne figures they should do a talent show. Yes, the Pikes have done a talent show before, but in the author's defense, the series has already done a talent show, another talent show, a music show, a play, another play, a pageant, and a Follies. They've done every kind of show by now. Stacey is late for 2 meetings because she was distracted by Robert. Christy and Dawn are mad at Stacey's misbehavior, but Claudia smooths things over, and Stacey apologizes to Marianne. Marianne says, it's okay, they're still the bestest of friends. Bestest? Ugh, grow up, Marianne! So Stacey insults Marianne during her apology to Marianne. What a jerk. A bunch of kids audition for the talent show. Stacey invites Charlotte to be in the talent show, which will help build her confidence and make the Babysitters Club like her again. It's a win-win! Stacey and her new friends go out for burgers. The burgers are supposed to be disgusting joke foods, but they actually sound delicious, and now I'm hungry for a Fiesta burger with guacamole and chili. Christy, Marianne, and Dawn are eating close by. Christy tries to gross the others out by eating a slice of butter and sticking straws up her nose. When a cute guy walks by, Dawn giggles so loudly that the entire restaurant stares at her. As for Marianne, well, she doesn't actually do anything that bad besides wear a Mickey Mouse shirt, but everybody is super embarrassing, so she is immature by association. Stacey's complaints are valid, but I can't take them seriously because in this scene, Stacey and Robert have a tug-of-war over the bread basket. That's just as immature as the others! I can't think of Stacey as the mature one in the club when she plays with her food. Also, I have a hard time believing a cheap fast food joint like Burger Town is classy enough to have bread baskets. Stacey babysits Jamie Newton, and by that, I mean she ignores him while she talks on the phone with Robert. She brushes Jamie off whenever he has something to say. It turns out that Jamie is sick and he throws up everywhere. Gross. Stacey's resentful when the other BSC members get mad at her. Like, I had to clean up vomit. Isn't that punishment enough? No. Your friends are totally right to get mad at you. When Robert throws a party, Stacey decides not to invite her embarrassing friends. The only one she invites is Claudia. I wonder why she doesn't invite Shannon. She's mature. Marianne and Logan together are also mature. Stacey could be honest with her friends and ask them to act super mature in order to impress Robert. They'd understand. Yeah, they would resent the implication, but they'd understand. For the sake of maximum drama, the party is moved to Stacey's house. Dawn and Marianne arrive, and there's a fight. Stacey doesn't want to deal with the others at the talent show, so she skips it, which causes Charlotte to have a public meltdown. Things come to a head at the next BSC meeting. Stacey says the others need to grow up and get lives outside of babysitting. Plus, it was super immature of them to show up at the party in order to make her feel guilty. If they have a problem with her, they should be adults and talk to her directly. Which is a good point. Although, let's be honest, if they had talked to Stacey about the party ahead of time, she would have lied her face off. Plus, Stacey just went out of her way to avoid a confrontation. So, complaining about other people doing the exact same thing just seems silly. Stacey calls Christy a baby and goes on a rant about why she hates the Babysitters Club, then she quits. A week later, Stacey says she loves her life without the BSC because she gets to spend more time with Robert. Now she knows him better, including all of his annoying flaws. And she's probably gonna dump him now that she knows what he's really like. The end. Post-book follow-up. This book came out 3 months after they started the contest to name the new Babysitters Club member. So this is a very sneaky attempt to trick readers into thinking the new club member will replace Stacey. Too bad they already kicked her out of the series and brought her back, because otherwise this trick totally would have fooled me. A minor issue with this book is continuity. It's pretty clear the author didn't read the previous book, where Stacey missed a club meeting and asked for a sub twice, and then she completely made up with her friends. This book mostly wipes the slate clean, which is probably for the best. It's not a 2-part book. Jesse and Mallory are pretty much absent for the entire book, which is an interesting choice considering that the whole book is Stacey complaining her friends are immature. Why are the young friends not around for that? But it still works great to have Stacey hate the main Babysitters Club members, so I'm not going to complain about that. This book is hilarious, and I think that works against the book's favor. I can't get into the big fight scenes when Stacey is constantly cracking jokes about the others. Like, Stacey has some really great insults about Christy, and I'm like, that's totally true. Oh, wait, I'm supposed to be angry right now. The jokes don't fit with the serious scenes. Yes, most of the Stacey's jokes, they're mean and sarcastic, but I still found them funny enough to be distracting, kind of out of place. I'm complaining that I like the jokes too much? This is a dumb complaint. Overall, the book is well done, and it is certainly popular with fans. I didn't like it all that much because I don't like Stacey. You saw in this video, I had a counter-complaint every time she made a complaint. She made good points, but she just annoyed me the whole time with her Stacey-ness. But that's an issue with me, not the book. The book is probably going to be a high point in this part of the series. I'm already forgetting the previous and following books in favor of this one. I give Babysitters Club number 83, Stacey versus the BSC, a 9 out of 10, even though I disliked it.